Hey, this is Greg, and this is another vlog of a country gentleman. Today, I had 6 or 8 topics that I had thought about doing, and I've got them all written down so they won't go away, but I decided on talking about my system for doing almost anything. And I literally mean almost anything. I've bounced around it, and I've mentioned it a few times. When I was blogging, I wrote an extensive blog on it. I may actually include the link to that, in the little card up top. But I call it the SIIS system. Small, intentional, incremental steps. Now, it doesn't matter if you're wanting to become sustainable, if you're wanting to start a homestead, if you're wanting to start a business, if you're wanting to build a relationship, if you're wanting to build a community. It doesn't matter what you do. If you will follow these steps, if you're wanting to save for retirement, it doesn't matter what you want to do. If you will follow these steps, and you'll follow this, actually it's more of a guideline, you can accomplish way more than you thought you could. So let's just take it from the top. Small, little, okay? If your goal is to start a woodworking business, okay? Woodworking business. Now, the conventional way of doing that is to go out and get this massive loan from a bank or the SBA or find venture capitalists or something like that, okay? And then you've got this huge weight seated on you automatically. And if you don't succeed, you're actually further behind than you were when you started. Well, what if you took the supplies that you had, whatever you have, it doesn't matter if it's a handsaw, a hammer, and a bunch of nails, and just started building stuff. And then you created a Facebook group page or a local business page, and you went to craft fairs, and you went to all of this, and you just slowly built up your inventory as you had time, and you started selling some stuff, and everything that was profit of your sales, you rolled it right back into the business so that you were able to buy another piece of equipment. Over time, and it takes longer, I'm going to tell you that right off the bat, it does take longer, but you do it with freedom, okay? This YouTube channel I'm building it the same way. All of my steps are small, all of them are intentional, all of them are incremental, and of course they're steps, okay? Now, intentional. If your decision is to start a woodworking business, then you get you a piece of paper or a notebook. Notebook's best. And you go through and you write down all of the things that you need to be able to achieve what you want as your end goal, whatever it is. And you write down all of the things that you need to do in order to achieve those goals. And then you put them chronologically in order, okay? If you're starting with 0, then the first thing you're going to need is a handsaw, a hammer, some nails, and some wood, okay? None of those are actually going to help you unless you've got them all. Now, you can go to some of the big box retailers and you can buy the wood pre-cut to size, so you could technically do without a saw. You can use glue and brace and all of these clamps and stuff. You can rig up ways to hold things together, so you don't really absolutely have to have nails, depending on what it is. So, but if you put them in order, then you're slowly able to accumulate your necessities. Second would be to make your first sale. Depending on what it is, I can't tell you how to do that. I just can't. If you're raising chickens, then the best way to start selling chicken products, eggs is most commonly sold, but there's nobody making a profit at it. Not many anyway. But if that's something that you want to do, if you're wanting to have it as a supplemental income, then, you got to have your fence, you got to have your chickens, you got to have all of this stuff. So by building this list, it gives you an idea. Intentional. You're making steps every single day or every single week or whenever to get you to that eventual goal. You know, at one time on the channel, all I did was I recorded a video whenever I saw a plant that I knew that was edible, because that's what my channel was exclusively for a long time. And then I started branching out. I started adding a few things. I started actively seeking out these plants. I've compiled a list, and my list is growing all the time. It actually grew 3 yesterday. So I'm up to like 89 plants on my list to do videos for, and at the time of this, I think I'm only at, that's live, what, 37, 38? Maybe 39, maybe. Okay? So you got to make intentional steps. Next, incremental. Each step has to build on each other. If you don't, then you just, and I was really bad about this at one time. I would have 15 projects going on all at once, and I'd go work on this project a little while, and then I'd go work on this project a little while, and then I'd go work on this project a little while. And you know what? I had a whole bunch of projects that were about 50% finished, and none of them were getting done. Until I sat down and said, okay, I've got to focus on this. Now, a great example in my own life right now is my Kickstarter is funded. Woohoo! Yay! So you will be able to get PDFs on all of the wild, edible, and medicinal plants that I cover. And for those that supported the Kickstarter, you know, they get bonuses and all this stuff, because that's the way it works. So every day, I'm either taking photos of these plants, or I'm writing down information on these plants. I'm making sure that I've got the right Latin name. I've got all this stuff. And then when I've got all of the research on this plant, then I'm sitting down and I'm finishing the PDF, and then I'm setting it in a folder. I'm a third of the way done with the ones that I promised the Kickstarter supporters. I'm pretty proud of that, actually. Okay? Finally, steps. If you're not doing something, you're not accomplishing anything. I hate to be that way, but it's the truth. It's just, it's a requirement. It's needed. It's necessary. It's just part of the deal. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. There's no such thing as stasis, because there's always people trying to take away what you have. I know this one was a little preachy, but here's the thing. I believe in each and every one of you. All of you that comment, I'm getting to know the community. I'm developing relationships within the community. And you know what? I want you to succeed, because I don't consider it a competition. I'm not in competition with anybody but me. So I want you to accomplish great things. I really do. All right? Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Step by step, we're bringing rural back. Have a great day. Bye-bye.